Girlfriend likes to party all the time. Party.
Keep singing. That was good. With the
My
rhythm. With the rhythm.
girlfriend likes to party all the time. Party all the time. Party all the time.
That was you people.
That's a good song.
That was cool.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Hey,
Really talented.
you have pretty eyes.
Dude.
That's
We went through this
how we're gonna
before.
start. That's how we're gonna start.
Is that
every
how the
time.
last one started?
I think every time it starts like
He
that.
Yeah.
got started but never ended.
He has pretty eyes. That's why. Look at him.
Purdy.
It's true.
What else do you have that's pretty?
Well, to keep the show on air.
What other eyes
I
do
won't
you have?
list the other things
Purdy.
that. I mean, this is episode 5.
Hey, that's hey, at ease. Hey,
I would like to see
Relax,
another 5 more
relax.
episodes. Oh, I'm relaxed, dude.
Okay,
I'm
good.
looking at you. Are
Good.
you relaxed?
Yeah. I don't know.
Dude, he's got this cool. Have you seen this thing?
Yeah, they're remarkable.
It's like a Kindle for notes.
It's remarkable.
For nerds?
Remarkable.
Did he say for nerds?
No, for
Dude,
notes.
nerds rule the world. Without nerds, we would not have any of this great stuff.
Absolutely right.
Nerd.
And how's your day? Tell me something good.
I'm here with you.
Oh man.
Next.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I got a bunch of cinder blocks delivered for some awesome
Wow.
Ooh, what are you
garden
gonna
beds
do?
that we're gonna put in the back. It's gonna be amazing.
Need some
It's
before
gonna
and
be
after
remarkable.
photos, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to clear out a bunch of brush. It was a fun time.
Some bushes.
Dude, you need to slow down. That's a party.
Yeah. Call us up. Call us up. We'll go help.
They're all gonna help me shave my
Your
bushes.
bush.
My bushes.
Oh,
Is that
God.
PG-13?
Is that
Just trying to get a
My
feel.
brush. My brush.
is that going to be? Yeah. What are you? What? What are
Sorry.
you thinking? What's on your mind?
Okay.
What's on your mind?
What's on my mind?
Yeah.
Man, just had some Whataburger. Had a great class.
Whataburger. What'd you get?
I don't even remember. It was like an avocado salad or sourdough thing.
There's a sourdough thing in there.
I
It
guess
looks
the
sourdough.
great.
same sandwich
It
you
looks
got
good.
me, and I just powered through that.
Hey, hold up, Joe. Why did you not introduce our Alex in the house?
So we're our guest for our 5th episode, and we haven't been canceled yet.
Okay, that's not a good way to bring him on.
was-
I
that was a
actually
nice
pressed the wrong
soundboard.
button. Here we go. Here we go.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Freudian slip,
We have
bro.
Alex.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a tradition for all our guests
Is this
now?
a hazing or is this a guest experience? Just curious.
I want to see that notepad. Where does it say
Yeah.
that we're gonna haze our
haze
guest today?
the
Put that
guest.
note in there.
It just
Learn
says-
which buttons do
okay.
what.
It
There's
just
only
has
2
something
sound
different.
buttons. You know that.
No, I got like a bunch. Watch. Look at this one.
Okay, there's 3.
Okay.
We have not
So
used that
pretty
yet.
much any of the other ones would have been,
Would've been
okay
okay.
to play off, but he hit the womp womp.
And then we have the.
That's what I'm about. Yeah.
That's how we do
Yeah,
it.
introduce him to this one. Go ahead.
Alex.
Alex.
in the house. Alex in the house.
Some money jams right there, bro.
Coffee.
We should just do this for the whole episode.
Just
I know.
beatbox.
yeah,
that
just
would be
yeah.
good.
beatbox.
An hour of intro.
Worst intro.
Wah, wah, wah.
So Alex comes to us from the gym Soul Fighters, and also I wouldn't say more importantly, but he's also a neat thing. And I've been in 5 different gyms, but he's also been spreading KoffeeKrew. This is like the worst intro ever.
I thought you were gonna say.
Hey, Johnny did like a cool intro before.
Yeah.
Johnny, you want to
I
take
was all
this?
proud of
it.
Okay,
Hey, do you remember-
cut 2. Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
Introducing Alex. Hit the
the house.
Alex. No, the other one. The beat. The beat.
Oh.
Alex Northam from the Coffee Crew.
I like it.
Coffee
like it.
Crew. I like Coffee Crew. Hey, happy Taco Tuesday.
You're going to go from KoffeeKrew to Taco Tuesday?
Yeah, because of the yellow tortillas.
Taco
I don't
Crew.
know. That just came to mind.
We're gonna start a taco crew,
Taco Crew.
taco team.
Yeah, Alex, you want to be part of the Taco Crew?
We just
So-
added on to Coffee Crew, dude.
So,
Coffee and
Alex-
tacos.
Taco,
Good mix.
taco.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, taco. Yeah. Taco Crew.
Are
Taco
you a
team.
corn
What about-
tortilla guy, Alex, or are you flour?
I lean flour. I would say like I'm like a 65-35.
That's it, dude. Strike 3, bro. Strike 3.
Oh, really?
That's strike 3 on Luis's books.
I wish,
Yeah,
I wish
like-
we would have had a camera
What's
on the
up?
face because he just
He's a
made it
co-
look like, oh,
Okay, hold on.
He's like, let me do something back here.
Yeah.
It-
just like-
who's cooking? Like, am I cooking it? Because I just can't. I'm not good cooking with the corn tortillas.
if you had a choice, though, corn or flour, doesn't matter who it comes from.
The best cook.
From the best cook,
Yeah.
On the
I would
planet.
actually lean. I would lean corn. Like, there's this place in San Jose, Rico's Tacos.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
2 corn tortillas. I think they called it like dorado, like
Dorado.
it's like
Yeah, fried.
tostado.
Like fried. Yeah,
Bro.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cash only.
Of
Big
course.
slice of avocado next to a
course.
laundromat. Hole in the
course.
wall. Fantastic.
The best.
Yeah.
That's like the trifecta of good taco places,
the
right?
best, man.
Well, yeah, we could talk about Cali
Cash
and all
only
that,
next
but
to a
just
laundromat.
the
That's the other
Mexican
one.
food in Cali just, oh.
Oh, yeah. So let's go ahead and get started with the tradition. Before we even get started, let's get the beer going.
Ooh, so talk about this beer.
So Alex, being our special guest, he's going to be in charge of the tap.
The
Oh,
tap.
that's dangerous.
Mm.
So
And-
corn.
It
That's going to be
can
for
be
all
better
of us.
than
Oh,
Chris.
let's see.
This is the
Does
test,
he
dude.
handle it?
This
Does
is
he
the
handle it?
test.
Open it up. Open it up all the way. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Let her
All right,
rip.
all right, that's good. Hey,
that
he's
good?
doing it. No, all the way.
Okay, I was like, that's good for you.
Corn
Luis. I don't
for?
Easy there, turbo. Easy, turbo.
Oh, that is good. Look at that. Hey,
So what do we got
Half
here?
up.
What's on
What do we
tap?
got? What do
Dude,
we
I
got?
love
we
a good
got
craft
Humble
beer, man.
Pint,
Okay.
Yards Done Blonde Ale. We
Yards
went with
Done
the
blonde ale. I like it. Nice and light.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
last time we had the
evening.
red,
Yes, we did. We did. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
that
go
was
through
great.
all of their beer.
but
We need to open it up.
yeah, it was very good.
Oh, that was mine.
For the host,
That
dude.
was mine.
Host
Well, I'll
with the
wait
most.
for you. I'll wait for you.
Hostess
I'll
for the
wait
mostest.
you.
Yeah, Chris tried to
you
say
like
the
a
oldest
coaster?
first, so thank you, Alex.
Yeah, there you go.
Very important, the coasters.
Yeah. All right, teamwork. Look at that teamwork. Let's see it. Let's see it. Ooh.
So
I think you closed it, my friend.
I think you got to open it up a little bit
kind
more.
of counterclockwise.
Go a little bit more. A little bit more.
On the tap.
I'm going.
No.
No, on me. On me.
Okay.
you guys,
Look at that teamwork.
me reading the descriptor as he's pouring this.
All right, let's do it.
So,
This is the beer you'll be reaching for when the mower and edger are finally put away,
what?
and you're looking for a crisp session ale to quench your thirst. Yards Done is brewed with Pilsner and crystal malts to create a light, clean flavor.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, the clean flavor.
Is this a session ale or did it say
but remains
sessionable?
true to our
Session ale.
P&W roots with all the Cascade hops.
So
right
that's why they call it yards done.
Oh.
That's clever.
Catch it.
It's for when the beer you'll be reaching for when the mower and edger are finally put away. Yards done.
Oh, I get it. That's funny.
Ooh. Well, should we salute?
Hold on. Let's wait. We got one more.
Sorry, it took
So
a-
these guys are out of
Looks
Oregon,
great.
right? That's what I understand.
I'm not sure the
Pacific
history.
Northwest. Yeah, I went in there one day and they were.
Humble
I think
pie?
I saw like. I'm pretty sure they're from Oregon.
Check it out.
Yeah, I believe it's
Fact check that.
is it a
Jamie, pull
husband-wife
that
team?
up, please.
Yeah,
Is there like an about us in this?
Is this operator error?
Okay, here's our story.
yeah, husband-wife.
Yeah, native state of Oregon 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Thought the move would be temporary, but we quickly discovered a love for the Austin area.
Finish.
Hmm.
Thanks, man.
Look at that. That's
Yeah, so they brought it from
It's because Luis took over.
Austin area.
Austin area, guys.
Oh, so they've been here for a while.
20 years.
Yeah.
Come on.
Salud.
Hey, Alex, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome. We appreciate you. We love you, and you have pretty eyes as well.
Gosh, I love this.
Cheers to that. Dude, that's a good beer.
Purdy.
It is good. So that's 2 for 2.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Last time we had the red, and that was
Yes.
good.
That was good, and I haven't had much red, but that was good.
I'm an amber
Luis,
guy.
you are
honestly.
like a Dos Equis?
Yeah.
Dude, Dos Equis.
Dos Equis
I like
amber.
those.
Dos Equis,
Yeah,
good.
specific.
Dos Equis. Yeah, I'm a Dos Equis.
Probably because you're an interesting guy.
The most.
Well,
the most interested, the more gooder.
do you find yourself preferring like lighter beers out here versus
I do.
California?
I do. Only because
Why?
the weather. Well, it depends. It's very
hot?
seasonal. In Cali, it was very one dimensional. I mean, there was no consistency. Like I went through all the freaking colors too. I went from all the the pale ales to the IPAs to the
Guinness?
milkshakes
Yeah,
to
the
the
milkshakes.
stouts. I love a
porters.
good stout.
Oh.
Yeah. But I got to the sours.
Yeah.
I got to the sours. Then I went to the ciders.
How long did you stay in the sours? That's always I'm curious. Like,
Sours.
I'm still there.
you're still there?
Really?
So sours are interesting, right? Like I was really into IPAs in California, and there's like some really good places in the Bay and Sacramento, and like so that kind of became the thing. It was about like hunting for like the next big beer. You
Yeah.
know, that's kind of what I got into. And then every once in a while, like sours are like really hit and miss. So every once in a while, find a good sour and it just like hits a spot. But I only want one of those. I don't want to like do that back to back. So I'd usually do like 8 IPAs and then do a sour. But so I still search for them because there's enough like variability. There's a lot of variability in the
I don't
sours.
know. I feel like sours is where your beer taste goes to die a little bit. Like I know a lot of
Really?
people that went down that path. It was like IPAs and like hardcore, like double IPAs and
Yeah.
then sours, and then you just don't hear from them for like 2 years, and then they come back and they're like freaking
Tecate.
Michelob Ultra, yeah, like they come back,
Keystone
yeah, and they're like, I'm done with all that.
Hey,
stuff.
and
like,
no shame on like the Keystone. I think that's another thing that I've learned out here. Like going on a fishing trip and grabbing a Keystone on the river is
Yeah, mine's Miller Lite.
yeah
you're
Miller.
a Miller guy.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with sours, but is there something you would recommend for someone like me?
So
to
for
try?
this area, like Jester King down in Dripping Springs. There's a lot of breweries down in Dripping Springs. Have you been to Jester King?
I have not.
So it's a huge like open air brewery. It's massive, but they're really known for their farmhouse ales and their sours. So
Farmhouse sales. Interesting.
farmhouse ale, and this is where my knowledge stops. but
Farmhouse ale.
It's kind of in the sour category. So you have like Goses. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Goses, sours, and farmhouse ales. They kind of there's some similarities between those.
Ooh, pizza.
Sorry.
So this is another
some
place
goats.
maybe
got
to
like this.
take a look at.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of other good breweries there, but these guys are pretty famous like for their farmhouse and sours.
I see.
I don't have a specific sour. No, it's like really hit and miss, and I usually only try it once, and then I never go back to it. I will not buy a
How long are you
six-pack
gonna
of a
fixate on that
sour.
image there?
I know.
How's this for a logo?
Yeah, can you bring this up?
Can we pull this back up?
Yes, you thought-
Wow.
you
Is that why
thought-
you like his face?
Yeah, I'm trying to read
Dude,
it.
I've-
Johnny
that's
Boy
their
over
logo?
here is like,
Hold on. Can we zoom out here?
That's
Wow.
Can we get the whole. There you
Doom
go.
Wow.
Metal Goat Yoga.
There you go.
No, that's just their advertisement for their goat yoga.
oh god.
That's not
All right.
their-
We're done. Goat
sense.
yoga. Look at that. I mean, really, would you do goat yoga? I bet you would.
I don't
huh?
like farm
I bet you-
animals.
oh,
I
you-
don't like
So what
petting
is- what is
zoos.
that?
I
They
don't like
jump on you?
animals at all.
The
No.
goats jump on you?
You start
don't.
doing yoga, and then
No
a,
animals?
I like dogs. That's
a
it.
goat will come on you and like
What?
yeah, come on you. Yeah.
Like jump on you.
Like on your back, and
Okay.
you could be doing yoga, and if he decides to poop,
yeah.
on you,
It's part of the
like,
experience.
It's part of the
I
experience.
didn't think about that because like goats, they're kind of like rabbits. They
They
don't
poop
really
all
have
the time.
Yeah.
Is it pellet poop?
Schedule. They don't
pellet
have.
Can we
poop.
look that up?
It's dry. It's dry pellet poop, I think.
Oh, so that makes it okay?
It's like deer poop,
Well, it's
What if
dry.
What if they had something to eat that they shouldn't have?
like Taco Bell.
You
Yeah.
get the runs?
That goat's
Like
not
top-
allowed into yoga.
No, it looks pretty dry. I
we
would say
bring
it
that
looks
up?
dry.
Do we,
I don't
do
know
we
if we
need
want to
to?
bring this up.
Oh God! All right.
Well, we got a viewership. It looks
this
like
one.
boba.
In case y'all were wondering,
That's pretty
It looks like
Freaking up! It looks like boba.
boba.
It's boba with. Is that
This is ridiculous.
goat pooping into a boba?
Okay, new tab.
we lost Joe.
New tab.
Hey, let's talk about yellow corn tortillas again.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
going back. We're going
That's
back.
like the default.
So what's the place around here? Because I haven't found it.
It's Casa de Renteria because I haven't found any either.
haven't
So
either?
I just make them. Yeah. I just
Okay,
make-
why is that? Like the Tex-Mex here is good. The way they cook the meat, awesome.
But it's not like Mexican.
It's not Mexican.
It's not Mexican.
Well, no,
food.
but like Cali Mex isn't Mexican either.
No.
there's some real Mexican places in the
Yeah.
Bay Area, especially in the South Bay. Like if you get a
Some authentic
barbacoa
places.
or like a
Yeah.
tacos de
Good
lengua or something, right?
Ooh,
like
that'd be good. I know.
Tacos de lengua. Yes.
I know you guys can do.
we
some,
do the barbacoa thing all the time. It's like my favorite. Yeah, I was telling you guys last time, right? I had barbacoa 3 times when I was in
a row.
Mexico. Yeah.
3 days in a row.
It was like almost 3 days in a row.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a good
yeah.
place then.
Yeah.
What other good breweries have you guys tried around here? What's your go-to?
Red Horn's my go-to. I'm bad.
Nice.
Once I find a beer that I like
What beer?
They're
There,
number
sorry.
one. They're Trailblazer. Like I love it. It's a.
They have a good amber
It's
at Red Horn, too.
I think that's a pilsner. Yeah, it is a pilsner.
Yeah, I picked up. They sampled me some of the milkshake stuff, and that's not like something that I ever really did get into, and that's a different beast. Like lactose in the beer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like that.
Ooh, that's
Do you?
you like that?
I
Have
like
you tried it?
I like the Guinness with the vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
You like the
that.
milk?
Yeah, it's weird. It's a different.
You like the milk?
We can't yuck anybody else's yum. I mean, it's to each their own. But it's
Yeah.
not my thing.
Are you saying it as a
Sushi.
noun or as a verb? Milk.
Yeah, you like milk, huh?
Wow,
I
teacher
like-
guy over
I
here
like
with
milk.
the.
Well, if he says, "Do you like to milk?" That's a verb usage
That's
of the word.
that's a fair assessment.
Did you say?
Teacher Joe in the house.
Yeah, Teacher Joe, right?
Giving lessons right now.
Dropping knowledge.
Do you like to tortilla?
Oh, I love tortilla.
Dude. The one episode he's like, you gotta slap that tortilla.
Oh yeah,
and
because
You gotta grease it up, right? You gotta grease it up.
avocado.
For someone who's
oil.
grease averse, you like
it's
to grease up
controlled.
the
You got to
tortilla.
have some controlled.
I feel like we need to explain the grease aversion. Do we? Or were we
Oh
just
yeah,
gonna leave
speaking
that
about
hanging?
grease,
What?
No, I just
Oh, the water.
I hadn't really eaten anything today, so
me either.
went
Okay.
to class, had to grab some food.
I think that's fair.
Showed up with Whataburger.
Yeah, but you do so much. Like I don't know how you fit everything that you do.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you got family. No, seriously, you got
you're
family. You
stealing
got
my
your job.
Questions for you.
Hold on. You got your family. You got
He's
your
reading
job.
off your list.
And then you got KoffeeKrew, right? Which you're doing such an amazing job at, promoting it. And why? Like, give us the history on why KoffeeKrew exists.
Yeah, man. So maybe in the near future we can have the actual KoffeeKrew founder or founders on. I think they're going to be coming in July. So it's my boy Francisco Gonzalez, Kiko. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Big Ben Mendoza, Terminator, Fernando.
Yeah.
Borrego.
Yeah. No
Fernando's
kidding.
Terminator. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He will terminate you on the mat. He's good. Kirby is another one. So those guys, I think those guys are like the OGs, right? And so I kind of came in like halfway through. We didn't really have like a logo. I think the KoffeeKrew name was just like thrown out as like.
Where was this and when was this?
Yeah.
Just for the history.
So
of it and location?
on our logo it says like originated in 2011, which I hadn't even put on a white belt yet. I think at that time.
wow.
And so I got into San Jose, met Kiko, had kind of fallen out of training a little bit. Saw his ears and was like, "Bro, where do you train?" He's like,
Yeah, that's a
He's like,
sign.
I wanna go
man.
there.
like,
I
I was
wanna-
like, "Come on down to
Hook me up with some of that.
Claudia Franza." So started training with him, and he's like, "Dude, we do open mat Sunday mornings." We had done different times, right? Like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7:30. It got pushed back because there was like a class that came afterwards, and then it just kind of stuck, And we had different attendance for each, and some guys were like, "Bro, if you did it a little later, like I'd show up," and then those guys would never show up. Like the guys that wanted to show up. Show up.
Yeah.
And we all liked the 7:30 because like. We worked in construction, we're used to getting up early, and then you got the rest of the day, go to church, hang out with your family, mow the lawn,
Family time. You mow the lawn.
whatever,
Yard's
And then
done.
drink the
Can you
yard's
imagine?
done.
Yard's done.
and then have a
Yard's
beer.
done.
Train, mow the yard, and then drink your beer all before 9:30.
Yeah. That's life right there.
Good life.
Nice. So
Did you start? Did you start going to open mat as a new jiu-jitsu practitioner? Was that like your introduction?
No, so I trained at a gym in Sacramento, which is my hometown, Center Jiu-Jitsu, shout out, Jeff Correa. He was a purple belt owner and instructor at the time, and we were a Crosby Gracie affiliate. So I went like a year and a half at that school, got my blue belt before graduating college, and then moving to the Bay Area. And so I took my blue belt with me. So I was a blue belt by the time I got to San Jose. I landed at Glowglows for a bit, so we have that shared history.
Cool.
Good guys out there, and then I moved to Morgan Hill. Kind of fell out of that again. I had a bout with ringworm that was really bad. We can get into like really bad.
Oh,
Like
shit.
8 months bad.
I've had some bad.
Yeah, Naftin 1%. This is not medical advice, but for any grapplers out there, I went to a bunch of like doctors. Nobody could help me with like the over-counter stuff, and this Naftin 1% hydrochloride. I think it's like liquid gold, so that
that's good
fixes
to
it.
Wow.
You got to get a prescription for it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I digress. So Glowglows. Yeah.
Time out. Tell me. Yeah.
I wanna
Tell
hear
me about
about
Glow. Like how? Okay.
Go ahead.
But Glow.
Yeah.
How many months were you there?
Man, probably only like 6 months. So I had like a year and a half at Synergy. Moved to the Bay. Was like, I got to find a place to train. Went to Glowglows.
What year?
It must have been before we ran like similar circles. Clearly, you know, I think it was just before you got there. Probably it would have been 2014, 2015.
Oh yeah.
You know, Glowglow was great. I think the gym changed a lot after I left, and like he got super fit. Last photos I saw, you know, with you in them, and looks like that place blew up.
Yeah.
So
He looks amazing. Yeah, he saved his own life. I'm so proud of him because he 185, 190 pound stud and got really, really heavy, like 400 plus.
yeah. So when I was there, I think he was
Okay.
He was starting to hit the
400?
5. Yeah.
No way.
yeah.
Yeah. It was.
And his jiu-jitsu is good, but he was at a point when I was there where he couldn't like really roll. He wasn't rolling. He was
He wasn't.
instructing. The instruction was good, but he wasn't rolling.
Instruction was amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Like he'd say, "Hey, you're doing that wrong." Just like he would make adjustments. He was like,
Details.
"Yeah,
That's wild.
the details." Yeah.
So
Okay, so wait, you had
Yeah.
a question, right?
No, I want to get back to this ringworm thing.
Oh.
I want to hear
damn.
about the ringworm story because
So it started on my arm, and then like started, you know, did the ring, and I tried to bleach it. I tried apple
you
cider
did
vinegar.
the
I did
bleach.
Lamisil.
bleach
I
it.
did whatever the
tough
other
actin, tinactin. You
all
went
of
through
it, bro.
tinactin? Okay. Yeah.
Went into the dermatologist. Went into the
They
doctor.
never
Dude, the dermatologist
they
looks
don't
at it.
diagnose it correctly.
They don't.
They
He
don't.
goes, man, that looks like a weird form of folliculitis. I'm like, bro, it's ringworm.
Yeah.
Like Google ringworm. You're a dermatologist.
Yeah.
And they like,
I'm rolling around on sweaty, dirty mats all day, right? Like it's probably ringworm.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. So like once they did that kind of stuff, I just like blew them off. They weren't helpful. So I went to this urgent care doctor finally because it was so bad, and it transferred from my arm up onto my neck, and then it was like, oh, dude, it was awful.
Yeah.
Getting crazy there.
Yeah, so finally, like, it was driving me nuts. I went to this urgent care emergency doctor or whatever, and she went back, you know, for like 5 minutes, Googled something or whatever, came back, was like, hey, try this stuff. It's like $300 a tube. It's super
Yeah.
expensive, but, you know, you've tried everything. Gone in 2 days after like 8 months.
Wow. 2 days.
No way.
Yeah.
And what was that called again?
Naftin 1%.
Naftin 1%.
Yeah.
Shout
We-
out to Naftin.
We are not endorsing that,
No,
but
not medical.
that
advice.
works. That's not medical advice.
Yeah.
But that works
That's crazy, dude.
based on your experience.
Yeah.
I had a crazy ringworm when I was like 13 or 14, like going into high school. And I went to this like regional tournament, and I got back and I had all this like funky ringworm on the back of my head. Right?
no.
Yeah. And so
It gets in the hair follicle.
and it gets in the hair and it like totally messes you up. And I went to the doctor, same thing. They misdiagnosed. They're like, "Oh, it's ingrown hair. Like, just here, take some." I was like, "Really?" And you know, all my brothers like they do, they wrestle, and they're like, "Dude, that's ringworm. Like, why are you even?" They're like, "Let's listen to the doctor. They're the professionals. This and that." It went on for I think like a month or a month and a half. I started high school. I had no hair like on this whole section of my head. It was so weird. I was like starting high school, I was all insecure about it. And then finally someone was like, "Dude, that's freaking ringworm. Like let's let's get that cleaned up, right? Like, let's get some freaking tenactin
Sure.
on it. I don't know if I got naftin or not, but I got something good, and it finally cleared up. But yeah,
You know, it's funny. I think we need to address like the lack of medical attention to grapplers. Like I went in to try and get my ear drained one time for cauliflower ear.
How do they handle that?
So I didn't have the needles. You know, couldn't figure out how to get them. Whatever.
Oh,
Go
I got
in.
a story on that.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is back in San Jose too. So we go to this urgent care. My wife's with me. They take us into the room like where we're waiting for the doctor. A nurse practitioner comes in, leaves. I kid you not, like 45 minutes go by. We're in that room, and I'm a pretty patient person. So you know, my wife's
Thank you
like
for
getting
waiting.
twisted. Yeah, thank you for waiting.
Thank you for
So my wife's like getting twisted. She's like, I'm
guys
I'm
like
going
that.
out there. So she walks out. She's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. She walks out. She comes back. She's like, dude, the nurse practitioner's over there on Google, literally searching cauliflower ear. And I was like, let's just go. So
Wow.
I have a little cauliflower because it's not bad.
So you never got it drained?
Never got a drink. Yeah, just kind of the swelling went
You
down.
got to go to the homies, dude. And the homies.
yeah,
got it
now I
drained.
know.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
what's up with that? So your story.
So I got hit pretty hard, right? So right away I felt it, like everything like fucking blew
Gets
up.
hot.
It was all
Yeah, it
hot.
gets
yeah.
hot.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Gets warm.
oh shoot. All right. And finished up training. It was late, like 8:30 p.m. Right.
You're a warrior.
And then I Googled it, or I YouTubed it, right? YouTube University. And
What was your shirt like? How to drain?
yeah,
cauliflower?
yeah, cauliflower.
right?
Yeah, pretty simple.
I love that.
And you need needles. So I go to Walgreens. There's a Walgreens, close to my house. Hey, I need some needle. I need some needles. Blah 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 blah. The ones, to drain and
Really strung out, man.
that girl. And I was in my
did you
gi.
say?
I was still in my gi,
Yeah.
right?
what's this guy
At
in the
least
gis?
my bottoms. And she goes, "Oh no, you need a prescription." I'm like, "No. Like those diabetic needles, just hook me up." Oh no, she's like looking at me weird, like, "No, we don't do
like,
that."
Hitting the panic button under the.
I know. So I'm like,
This weirdly dressed dude coming
Yeah.
in here. Demand.
yeah.
With his
I'll send you the
demands.
cops.
Give me some needles.
Right, give me some needles.
Yeah, looking homeless in his
Hair's all messed
pajamas.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what I did was go across the street to CVS, but I had learned from my mistake.
Shout out to CVS.
Shout out to CVS.
So I walk up to the pharmacist in the back, and I go, "Okay, so look, this is embarrassing. This is the situation.
I have
I
a pimple on my ass and I have to drain it.
Love it. Left
pretty,
field.
pretty much,
yeah.
right? Pretty much. So I go, look, so my ear hurts a lot, and I just Googled or I YouTubed, and if I can use a needle to drain it, it would work. And she goes, "Oh, you need needles?" I'm like, "Yeah, that'd be great." "Oh yeah, here." Done.
Whoa.
Done.
Simple as that.
So
knew.
So did you got the little diabetic ones?
yeah.
Okay, so no suction.
Oh yeah. You.
Oh, really?
I guess they work good enough. So I think you can
I
order
thought they
them
were
on-
too thin.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Because insulin is like really, really
No,
thin.
well,
right?
whatever. She
Yeah.
she I guess she knew what.
She knew which one to give.
Yeah,
Okay.
she knew which one, and she goes,
Right
"Okay, here."
gauge.
That's awesome.
And then doing it though, you miss, right? You're like nothing, and then you're like doom, and then nothing, and then finally it's all.
Yeah.
You see it like just whoop,
Yeah.
and then you're
like
like
a balloon.
"All right."
It's like totally,
Deflates.
yeah,
Yeah.
deflates like a balloon. Yeah.
And that feels so good.
Did you pinch it with something? Did you get the magnets? What'd you do?
Yeah, I did, but they hurt too much.
Yeah.
And I wore them as much as I could, and then What? Are you grossed out over here? Do you
Yeah,
think
I
a bad?
can't
Still
do
thinking
that
about that
blood
pimple
stuff,
on your
man.
ass.
The pimple? Are you
Still imagining that
Are
pimple
you
on your ass.
thinking about my ass?
Thinking about that pimple.
Yeah. You want to
Hey.
talk about it?
Are
No.
Go ahead.
Are you manipulating the cameras right here?
No.
Right now?
Oh no. No, it's all
Are you-
magic.
No, you're doing that live. So you're keeping up with
at
the
that.
conversation. He's over here on the 10 key,
Yeah.
hammering away.
Yes.
Look at that. Now,
It's like a
now he's
cashier.
in out.
Can we get a zoom in on that?
Okay, so this is something the main thing I wanted to talk about tonight.
All right.
Bro, like you're a visionary. This is
Get outta here.
this is impressive. Like
Can we get a wide angle? Can we get a
wide angle, please, or angle in on
Lose
Luis,
my
the visionary.
Whataburger all
No,
over
man.
this
Like
table.
what possessed you? We started talking about your new house build. You've got this awesome deck that
Yeah,
you
we were
set
talking
up.
about it that one day.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell are you
know.
talking about?
Everybody was kind of confused, like, because
You were gonna put in a second story,
Yeah.
like in your garage. We were like
So
brainstorming
Luis has a
about
drop
it.
garage, a real deep drop garage, and he built a deck, and he can still get a car under it.
Yep.
And we're like at the top of the ceiling
Yeah.
of the
Yeah,
garage.
and we have a lot of headroom actually.
Did you do like all the tiles and all this other stuff yourself?
yeah,
Did the builder put in the railing with
Nope.
the wire for you?
this
No. Yeah, this.
no,
I did all this.
I did all
platform.
Yeah, the
He
platform.
did a platform.
Did you build
too.
it?
I built it.
He
Yeah.
welded it.
It's a mezzanine.
Look, he's stripping now. He's like, I don't know if I feel comfortable on this
No, I'm like super impressed.
mezzanine.
Oh no,
So
it was over.
Did you get some structural engineer
Oh
involved?
no, no.
No,
But
that's awesome.
I over-engineered it. I 100%.
So talking about time, like, dude, you're like Mr. Influencer on Instagram. Like, what? No, look, really, man. Like, just super impressive, right?
trains,
Yes.
Trains.
right?
Cut
Family.
it
Runs his business.
out. Cut it out.
Runs
What are we
his own
cutting?
business. I don't know.
No, I'm not
humble.
trying to blow your head
Trying
up
to be
or
humble.
anything
Yeah, no,
like that.
I
I just
appreciate it.
I get impressed because I feel the same way. Like you asked me, like how am I juggling different things, and I came here with the same question. Like, dude, how are you doing all that? and the
Who's
social
interviewing who
the social
over here?
media
Look at
stuff.
this.
Yeah,
Hey, time block.
The guest becomes the host. I like it.
Yeah.
we didn't go over any
asking him
ground rules.
questions.
bro.
Dun, dun, dun. I need that
I
one.
love
huh?
it. I
Dun,
love
dun,
it. Yeah,
dun.
you need one of those, dude.
Well, just as an observer, I think for like the you three, because you guys are involved in so many different things in your professions and training and little things like building planners and raising kids and all that, it just seems like you have all these pulls. Like when you have these pulls and things that are important, then you find ways to do that. You're passionate about
Passion. There you go.
Yeah,
There you
it's your
go.
passion.
It's a
You're
passion.
you're passionate about
Just go.
jiu-jitsu. We'll get more into that, and then congratulations again on your beautiful baby and your
Yeah.
wife and all that, and
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you're moving out here, and then you doing the yard work, and then training.
The yard
Yeah,
work.
Well,
Yard stuff.
Hey, dude, that yard stuff's not to be
Oh.
trifled
No.
with.
Oh, it's no joke.
But-
I get you. Especially here, the weeds
Oh
in
my
Texas.
God.
Or the rocks.
Okay. Anyways, go ahead.
But the thing is just there's a thing I talk about sometimes with my students. It's just I wish I had more time. I wish I had time to do this. We all get the same time.
You have
we all
the
get
time,
24/7. But if it's important, you make time for it. So it's just what are you passionate about? We're all here because we're passionate about jiu-jitsu, and that's the common bond. But I think the other thing that's cool about at least our gym is that you have cool people that also have other pools, and it just brings us together. So that's just me as an outsider looking at the three of you.
Man, that's so going back to the Coffee Crew conversation. I think that's you asked like why do I do this? So jumping ahead on the history.
Yeah, and
of
real
it.
quickly,
Yeah,
like
sorry.
just like in class today, and thank you. It's one thing to do jiu-jitsu, but then also you're involved teaching classes, and then you're also really pushing in a good way
Wait,
the
like-
Coffee Crew.
Organizing away trips, like
Yeah,
away events and
the
stuff.
one in
like,
Hutto, like
Yeah.
I missed it, but
Dude, that blew up.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
cool. Shout out to Subart, BJJ,
Sub-art.
Yeah.
and all the Soul Fighter guys.
That
We
was
had
a
some
fun
Henzo
trip,
Gracie
yeah.
guys. We had Humaita guys. It was
B-team.
really cool.
There was a
B
B-team visitor
team.
guy.
damn,
Yeah.
I missed it. I couldn't.
Yeah, so just going
I'm being
to
selfish about
back
that
to
too.
Coffee
I'm
Crew,
sorry.
but no worries. One question is, I like to know what people do jits. Like, what brought you to jits? Because there's perceptions about people who
Oh,
do
we call it
jiu-jitsu.
jits now. We don't call it jujitsu.
We're in a hurry, dude.
Is that a
We're
no-no word?
abbreviating everything.
Oh,
You know what's great so far? I don't know how long we've been podcasting. There's no old man comments yet. I tell you
see,
zero.
he loves
Now
it.
you-
He loves it. See,
You
if
just
there's
primed
some
us. Now you
AARP,
primed us.
Dude,
Mr.
I don't have to
AARP.
prime you at all. But so why jiu-jitsu?
USDA.
Why
baby.
jiu-jitsu? Yeah, man. So just stumbled on it, right? Like I did sports in high school, got into college, like quickly realized I needed some sort of physical outlet. I did security for my university. And so I'd always been interested in like self-defense stuff. And so I started looking into that, and I thought, I don't know, Taekwondo, karate, I had no idea. And my buddy, Bentley, shout out to Bentley, one of my best friends, he's like, dude, you got to check out jiu-jitsu. He's like, I hear that's all the rave. I'm like, okay, sounds good. So
What year was this?
this was, I think, 2012, 2011.
Okay.
Yeah. So so it was a while ago. Yeah, 2012, because it's been coming up on 11 years. It was like September 2011. So so I go and check out these gyms, end up at Synergy. Dude, fell in love with it like right away. You know, was like that thought of like, if I just throw everything I have at somebody, I'm gonna be able to like overpower them. And I was a scrawny kid, like and still am. But you
Scrawnier
know,
than you are now.
oh dude, I was a
Scrawnier
buck
than you are?
30. No, I was like a buck 35.
As
So
an adult,
wow.
as like a
yes,
20
I was
plus
like
year old
19 or
adult.
20. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I
That's
was tiny.
That's
I was
super
tiny.
Bet you looked good
That's
in the
cute.
bathing suit.
Nope, probably not. Anyway, but thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. So yeah. So then, you know, it was like you just get pretzeled up and like you're like, oh man, I got to figure out this weird wizardry, this magic, you know.
So, what sports did you do earlier in life?
Yeah, so I did football because at one point, you know, I grew at eighth grade, like I was big, and I played like lineman, which is weird. And then like freshman year, that all changed, and I was like the little guy. So then I swam.
So you stopped growing.
Oh, you're a swimmer.
Yeah,
Freshman year?
Like I grew. I was like this size minus 30 pounds at eighth grade.
Eighth grade. Okay.
Yeah, so-
Interesting.
But yeah, I was a swimmer.
Yeah, I was a swimmer too.
Yeah, swimming's great. I had a lot of fun with that.
And then, so you continue your journey, and then you go up to Sacramento area. You're part of KoffeeKrew
In San Jose.
in San Jose.
Yep.
And then when did you come out to the Austin area?
4 years ago.
Okay. And how's that been for you?
Oh, dude, it's been the best. Like, I mean, my other California migrants can probably attest to that, but it's
Refugees, you mean?
refugees. Yeah, dude. Sorry,
I'm not
Texas.
ashamed of it.
Like, Texas Patriot right
Never
here
heard them
now.
called refugees before. That's
Oh, yeah.
actually really funny.
Yeah,
I like that.
I call myself, there's born again Christians. I'm a born again Texan.
Amen.
Yeah,
brother. Amen.
because, you know, all of us being from California, and just for everyone out there, we're the good Californians. And
I
so,
don't know about that. But
yeah, well, we'll see.
well, you might be a good Californian.
No. All you have to do is watch the podcast. But
The
you,
Oh, wait. Here we go. Hold on.
hit that
Go
sound
for it.
effect.
Go for it.
Oh, this is like, dude, I like that music. We gotta add that to the Coffee Crew playlist.
Boom.
See, now it's got
Oh,
too
it's on
much.
fire
Now we
now.
got too
Oh,
much.
it's
Yeah.
on fire.
Anybody need a refill?
Yes.
Fire.
You
fire.
go.
Goes
You go
first.
next. You go next. No, you're
After you.
So, Alex,
no,
if-
after you.
No.
If you
Doctor.
could,
Doctor.
What's chivalry?
Doctor.
answer,
Hey, we still got the music
how
on.
long were you out here before you found a gym? Was it a little while? or-
Ooh.
So
Look at that head.
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So I checked out some gyms locally. Signed up at 10th Planet ATX. When I first moved out here, I was a little bit closer, and I really wanted to learn the leg lock game. Those guys were really cool with me, but it
Yeah,
just got to
good
be
things.
too much with the distance for where I was working.
How long ago was that?
Sorry for all the head, dude.
Look at that
I can't
head.
talk and pour beer at the same time, apparently.
Control yourself. Control yourself.
We'll talk to him after the
sorry.
podcast.
All right. Let's focus.
But yeah, so checked out another local gym. COVID hit. Kind of took some time off training, and then-
You weren't one of the garage trainers
I
at
wasn't.
that time?
I've never. No, I wasn't. No, I did some training during COVID for sure, and then there was just some other things that got in the way. So I stopped training for a little bit, and then Bruno was my neighbor. He actually came to pick up a piece of furniture from me. He's like, "Yeah, I live down the street," and I posted for free on Facebook. And so like I'm looking at him, and he doesn't have the cauliflower ear.
No.
But he's got that Brazilian jiu-jitsu walk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like I could kick your
like-
ass.
I'm like, what's going on here? And he's got the
one
accent.
finger.
A lot of
So
confidence, right? Yeah.
so I've got my pickup,
swag.
and I'm like, man, I can just run this down to your house real quick. That's no big deal. So him and Lena came over, and like I ran it down to their house, and then I saw his Soul Fighter sticker on the side.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I was like, oh man, you train? He's like, yeah, like 32 years. I was like, holy crap. That's a long time.
I dabble.
I
That would've been
dabble.
funny if
Yeah.
I was like,
He's like a little bit. He's like, I actually have a gym. And he's like, you should come sometime. And I think that's one of the things about Bruno that like I appreciate so much is he's just like a super humble guy. Yeah. He's been super low pressure. He's been very supportive, like in so many ways and he's one of those people that's like, he's been super supportive of me, right? Like, so like the whole KoffeeKrew thing, like, and being able to teach class, like that supported really my goals in jiu-jitsu, which is kind of what's driven a lot of that stuff. And there's not a lot, I don't feel like there's a lot of guys that would do that. And I feel like he supports everybody in the gym individually. Yeah. And that's really cool.
On their goals, their individual goals. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's not just jiu-jitsu. It's about, he grows people. It's just, he uses jiu-jitsu to affect people's lives. And so that's the other thing I like about Bruno too, is he sees us on the mat, but then it's not just the mat stuff. It's also the stuff off the mats and what a great culture. And it brings people like all of us together too. The culture in the gym is because it's top down.
The culture. Yeah.
It's culture.
It's culture.
The culture.
Have we talked about, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Have we talked about the circle at Bruno's?
Yeah,
A
we
little
have.
bit.
We have. That's amazing. Like, yeah, that's.
I thought it was weird when I first walked in. Like I've trained at like probably
The community circle
25
club.
different gyms and I've signed up at like several.
I thought that was a jiu-jitsu thing.
No, that's just
No.
Bruno.
That's
Bruno.
That's Bruno.
Interesting.
But again, like Glow reminds me a lot of Bruno,
Yep.
right? It's just that culture is. I mean, we train hard. We learn.
train hard.
It's good. However, I've been to other academies, i.e. Gracie Baja, which is amazing. Professor Gigantino, he's fucking badass.
Gigantic?
Yeah, he's
he big?
No. He's like tall.
So he's really, that's not like a
no.
tongue
He's
in cheek.
Gantino is big
No.
with the diminutive at the end,
my
right?
God.
Dino is
Yes,
diminutive.
but I don't know where you guys are going with this, but dude is tall.
Yeah.
Okay, 6'5". I don't know. He's 6'5". He's like 235, and he's ripped and.
He's like the.
He's
Was that
just-
here
he's like
in
the
Austin?
mountain.
Yeah, here in Cedar Park.
Nice.
Amazing dude.
Yeah.
Amazing culture there as well. Very competitive. And the reason I joined jiu-jitsu was to kind of relax, at this point. Like, I want to go in there. I want to use my mind. I want to, have some fun. But I would find myself leaving jiu-jitsu like stressed out. I was so wound up because everything was like 150%.
And you're like winning training. Is that kind of the,
yeah,
a little bit
Winning the
Okay.
roles, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like and then then I found Professor Bruno, and it was on.
That's
it was
awesome.
On. It was cool. It was chill. I'm able to.
So you think the gym vibe, the gym culture, or reduces that amount of like competitive training, competitive rolling in the gym?
Not exactly in a very unique way, or I don't even know how to explain this part, but it's one of those things where you're like 100% on. I got it. I don't even have to explain it. Cobra Kai.
Yep.
Cobra Kai. That's Gracie Baja.
Versus
Versus Miyagi.
It's a lot of
Miyagi.
gyms.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Miyagi.
Miyagi. We're
Yeah.
Miyagi. We're always like.
Dude,
kinda
I
slim.
love to paint the fence, man.
Yeah.
When I'm rolling with you.
Oh God. Here we go. Here we go.
Wax on, wax off, baby.
Dude,
Oh yeah. You
Wax
like
on,
that.
wax
that
off.
You like
beautiful
that.
bald head.
So I wonder if there's like a specific thing that, Bruno does, or, I don't know if it's the group as an aggregator, like what it is that keeps that kind of culture alive, right? Because I haven't really felt like and sometimes people come in with that type of mentality, right? I don't know if it's like Open Mat or KoffeeKrew or like, there's a couple random people that pop
just a
in,
trial. Yeah.
right? Or trial, and they're like, ready. They're like ready to go, and super intense, like hardcore.
We're gonna win
intense,
practice,
right?
bro.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna win practice.
Gold medals tonight, baby.
Yeah, and they'll come in for a couple and then kind of leave afterwards. But I wonder if it's something like that you can foster, like kind of grow as a standard, as a gym, right? As a gym owner.
No, I think that's clear, and I think it comes back to like values, right? Like I think Bruno has a clear set of values about respect, about the way that he supports people, about the way that he treats people, and I think he commands some respect with that. And it just sets the tone for everybody else. And that's not to say like, look, there's very competition oriented schools. There's ones that are run really well. There's guys that want to show up, and we compete, right? But I think like my approach to training is different. It's a hobbyist approach to training, I would say. And that being said, like I roll pretty intense some days, and I look for really hard rolls, but it's just a different focus,
Yeah.
And I think you can get good competition training being intentional about, what you're trying to learn without having to like beat
gym, right?
everybody all the time, win, sub everybody on the practice mat.
So one of those things, I mean, because when we're training or when I'm training, right, especially with I know I got to talk about my paper cutter because I love that one, right?
Here it goes.
So I try to teach, not everyone, not every single one. It was
Pretty close.
episode 2.
4 out of
episode
5.
Yeah, but we did 3
2 out of 4.
takes in episode 2.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it's probably in one of those
No.
episode 2s we lost.
So here's the deal. Once I do it, hey, look, this is how you can block it. This is I try to teach that, like the defense side of it. That way, I can.
You feel superior?
No. No, that way.
Drop some knowledge on you.
No.
That paper cut you now, teach you how to stop it.
You're taking it the wrong way, sweet eyes, pretty eyes. Look, I will teach at defense. That way, I have to overcome it. Like then I have to go to a different, go to a different move or take a different direction, and it keeps me learning, and that's what it's all about. It's about learning. That's what jiu-jitsu is. You wanna teach everything as long as it's correct. Because oh my god, I'm just a blue belt though, so yeah.
Yeah,
What do I know?
sandbag and blue belt.
See, I can just say I'm a blue belt and get away with it.
Man, I feel like I can say the same thing. Like there's so many levels to this. Like the further up in rank I got my brown belt in December, and I didn't feel ready for that at all. When I got to my purple belt, I felt like that was real. I was like 6 or 7 years in. Guys were coming up to me and being like, "Bro, you're sandbagging." Like, stop. And it just was just because of different training at different gyms and stuff, and for whatever reason, it just went a long time. And I don't care. Like the belt rank doesn't matter. But the further along into the sport you get, and the more you discover, the more you realize like how much you don't know and how many levels there are. And like the thing that I think is really interesting to me that I've rediscovered is like how much you can learn from people that are lower rank or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Johnny's a white belt, which
Sandbagging
is ridiculous.
example.
Sandbag jogging.
He's
The
yeah,
white
he's a
belt
blue
slayer.
He's a blue belt.
But he's taught me so much in regards to wrestling that has been like super, super detailed, super helpful, and that I've not gotten in 10 years of training. And I've worked with some really good wrestlers, but because of our connection, relationship, and working out together, thank you for that. So.
Yeah, of course.
And I think that's one of the cool things, again,
back,
that
right?
comes
Give.
from Bruno. It's just, but also when you have a person like that leading the way and draws people like us, and people like us stay. And so the attitude of us, we train hard, but we're also helping each other get better. And that's a special bond.
It's like setting the tone to not have a selfish kind of mentality going into the gym. I don't know if I picked up on that subconsciously or not, but I'm kind of getting that sense of a lot of people like going there because of this selfless thing, right? Selfless thing that they want to go and learn, but hey, let me try to contribute back something, right? Anything. Yeah.
Man, so that's like a really interesting way of thinking, I think, because for me, this kind of clicked in January when I started doing the competition class. I'd led a couple fundamentals. We were doing the KoffeeKrew thing since like August or July of last year. Man, I did that for pretty selfish reasons, like straight up. Like KoffeeKrew, was like,
You want another time to
yeah,
train,
bro.
right? You
Like
wanna
I like
train
my
Sunday.
7:30 a.m. and I want to train with some killers. Like get some guys in here from some other mats. Let's test some styles. And that was my approach, right? And I think it clicked when I started leading the competition class, and I had to kind of widen my lens a little bit, because competition class and the idea for that came out of me wanting to get some more rolls in after class and up my competition stuff. But I realized, like, you really have to evaluate the group and the group's needs and those individuals within the group, and be kind of selfless with how you approach the class structure and the organization. And that's been like a really big learning experience for me this year.
And as a teacher myself, just watching Alex, because it's interesting. I've been in other, types of situations where you see people give instruction, whether it's professional, whether it's recreational, whether it's some type of martial art. You're like, man, you know your stuff, but man, you're just not connecting. You're not transmitting all that.
Yeah.
And then
Good competitors aren't
Not
always
always.
good
No.
teachers, right? Even
Yeah.
if they're, badass freaking whatever, right?
But the
It's
good
hard.
people, they make connections, and then they see the people that they have, and they try to grow each person and know them. And Bruno's great about that, like we said, and Alex has been great about that. And stepping up, congratulations, because again, people like Bruno and Alex and other leaders in our gym, it helps everybody. And it's just interesting. Like I tell my students, I grade people in 3 ways. Do you make people around you better? Does it really matter if you're here or not, or do you hold people back? And our gym is full of people that make people better, and it's just exponential synergy, and I love that.
Yeah.
But like, you were saying that you kind of started, the Coffee Crew stuff for like selfish reasons, but I would still challenge that, because, even during the rolls, right? Like when you and I rolled, and I know I saw you doing it with other people too, like, giving them a heads up on how to, manage certain positions, right? Or thinking about, certain philosophies of jiu-jitsu and like what to think about, right? And so, even though you're coming at it maybe from a selfish angle, like, oh, I just want to train more. You're doing it in a way that, really impacts a lot of people too, right?
And that's
So,
awesome. I
yeah.
appreciate that. No, and I think it has been like good for a lot of guys. And it's definitely morphed. And really, I think what kept me in the lane on the Coffee Crew thing was I had like a really good representation in California when we started. So I had there was a formula, and it's not like we created a formula that grew organically over the course of many years, right? And with this thing's it's gotten pretty big, pretty quick.
Is it represented in other states, or is it just mainly California?
So right now, the original is San Jose, California.
Yes, sir.
And that's at the Coffee Crew.
How big would those
on
classes
Instagram.
be, would you say, like on the good days?
So Coffee Crew, and so the biggest one to date, I think, is at Kyotera, and there was 110 people on the mat. 110 people.
Wow.
And this isn't a seminar. This is
Wow.
just people showing up.
It's an open mat.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and there was one photo
amazing.
last year that I counted personally, and it was 98. And there was more people that didn't make the photo. Yeah. Like just the black belts was like more people than we see like show up to open mat. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So and it didn't like that wasn't part of the vision, right? It's not about size. The vision was how do we get some cross training in, bring, build these relationships. And then the reason it was called Coffee Crew is we went 7:30 and then like we all drink coffee. So like, hey, let's run around the corner to Pete's Coffee or Starbucks or whatever, local coffee shop, and grab coffee together. And then we'd hang out and talk these kind of conversations for, some time afterwards.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's amazing. Right. So question, why do some academies not like it?
Yeah.
Right?
Creonche. The Creonche culture, bro. Like, watch out for that. Yeah, and this has like been really important. Like, I was kind of
Oh, really? Some gyms don't like that?
cross training.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a list of like red flags for me when I go, like when I've had to transfer gyms now, and I've been around the block for a little bit. So like one of the things that I look out for is I will ask the lead instructor like during my trial period, like, hey, how do you guys feel about cross training? If that's a no, like, then it's not it for me. And there were some good gyms that I tried here locally that I won't name that don't do that. And they were really upfront with me about that. I really appreciated it. Great guys, great training. But, that was just
Why do you think they do that?
So I think it comes out of the.
Right? No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So I think it comes out of like the 1980s to 1990s culture, pre-YouTube stuff, where you had a book of spells.
Oh, your
right?
secret
Yeah,
sauce.
and this was legit. Like your dojo, you know, the
Yes.
Gracies developed something that they owned, and that was very special. And I totally understand that. In the more modern wave, like I think there's a huge benefit to people cross-training and learning different styles. There's a huge benefit to expanding the network for jiu-jitsu as a whole. And so I think that's changed. And that's going back to Bruno again, like him being open, you know, and he comes from a very traditional Brazilian jiu-jitsu background.
yes.
And he has a lot of tradition there
Oh, yeah.
through Mansoor.
Yes.
But for him to be supportive of that, I think that's super unique. And so, you know, but it's been something that for me, I've wanted to tread lightly here because I really do believe that there should be some gym loyalty. You know, most of my moves have been from gyms have been because of life circumstances and distance and moving, not because like I've been in the gym, right? So, you know, I think that gym loyalty is super important, and we support, like KoffeeKrew, in my mind, supports gym loyalty, but what we also support is coming together as a bigger community.
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu community.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So, and then like John was saying, said it was selfish, but it's the way you do it too, because you reach out to other gyms. You also promote it by even little.
He said it was selfish. I was just
Oh
quoting.
no, no,
him.
no! I'm just sitting with you like it's not. I'm sorry.
Selfish because you were able to get another day of training.
Another role.
But it's not just a
yeah.
day of training. It's also he's creating merch for us to pump it up. He's reaching out
Right.
to other gyms.
That
He's
takes a
reaching out-
lot of time.
He's reaching out to
had
local
some help.
coffee
A lot of help,
providers.
actually.
It's pulling all these different groups in these areas, and even when you pull someone in that has like their own coffee, and in the place we go to, it
Shout out
So-
to Perky Beans.
yeah, Perky Beans that supports us,
Beans.
treats us like royalty. It's so great. It's you're affecting now Perky Beans.
They do,
all-
bro.
They do.
They rolled
When
out the
you-
red carpet.
When
It's really
you
nice.
go in, you have a reserve sign in the middle of the busy coffee shop,
The biggest table.
and
Yeah.
In the
and
coffee
the
section.
owners come over and check on us.
Yep.
And I could get my lavender coffee. Shout out to lavender coffee at Perky Beans.
What?
I love that lavender coffee.
Hold
it's
on.
so good.
Shout out to whoever invented
me
that
about-
lavender.
Bro,
coffee.
tell me. I didn't know this was a thing. Like, what?
Do
what
you,
is,
do you or just order like the straight up vanilla like black
dude, their coffee is
or what?
fantastic.
Their coffee's great.
I do
gotta-
straight like black coffee.
You got to try some of the other coffees. They're
What's
really
the
good.
lavender
They're really
coffee?
It's like a
you had
milky,
He's
sweet,
not buying it.
perfumed
No?
infusion in my
You go black-
mouth.
Yeah, oh, you like that in your mouth, huh? No. Hey,
Lavender.
no. The coffee shit.
You're
no.
black only? Black?
Yes, nitro cold brew.
Nitro.
Good.
You know the
one's good
nitro
too.
puts the caffeine in your bloodstream faster.
Bam. That's why,
why.
I love it.
That's why. Yeah.
You can at Starbucks, if you do the nitro, they only sell it in the grande size as the biggest because it'll hit your system too fast.
Why don't you just order 2 or 3
shot.
then?
Why don't
Hack.
you?
Just like Starbucks. Oh, we're going to limit to the grande. Okay, I'll take
This hack.
4 grande
Starbucks.
nitros
Starbucks
with my
baristas
Yeti.
hate
Just
this
pour it
one
in front of
hack.
the barista and like, F off. I'm doing it my way.
a
It's
hack.
America.
Starbucks
Sorry.
baristas hate this
Starbucks,
one
get
hack.
it together. Jeez.
Invented by Joe. Order 2.
Dude, that got like aggressive real fast.
Well, it's just like it's America, you know. Just
It's America.
Let me
now
inject
we're-
caffeine
I
into
can
my
walk
freaking
around with a
bloodstream.
Now it's
gun,
America.
correct? In Texas,
America.
correct? A rocket launcher
Let me
into
snort
Walmart,
my-
but
With
I
a silencer,
yeah,
rocket
but
launcher,
or a
it
tank
has
down the
the-
street. But I can't get
has a
anything bigger
silencer.
than a Grande Nitro. Give me a break. I'm sorry.
Let me snort
I've been
it.
good this
Let me
whole
snort
time.
my espresso, please. I'm trying
Dude,
to wake up
I'm
here.
with Joe. We should just have like caffeine on drip IV. Like,
Yeah.
boom.
Give me a
Freedom.
break. I'm a
Freedom.
grown ass
Hashtag freedom.
man, and you're gonna tell me I can't have a bigger size.
The
Hey.
Nitro Brew Freedom size.
In their defense,
Right.
I feel like the goal is like at least they have the conversation with you because I think people would like, oh, I usually order like a Trenti and I'm gonna order a Trenti Nitro cold brew and then like keel over on
Yeah.
my way to work.
That's my American choice.
Freedom.
Freedom.
Oh, that's good.
Well, in terms of the Coffee Krew, it's just another thing that goes out, bleeds out. It's already spread to how many gyms now?
Man, so and that's been pretty organic, right? Like I haven't wanted to push like the away trips or any of this stuff. Like I really want this thing to just kind of grow. I'm quite okay if we're just, sharing this with like a couple of small gyms or just guys that want to drop in. It doesn't need to be a big thing. But shout out to Chris Orozco, Fear the Beard, from Legends BJJ. He came in for a Mason Fowler guest instruction that was actually
Shout out to Mason too.
sponsored by KoffeeKrew. So Kiko actually sponsored Mason's guest instruction at Bruno's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
That's how we got Mason.
That's awesome.
The profits from the merch and stuff like that, Kiko's basically taken that and put that back into like a kitty for for doing those kinds of things for the guys. So like any
That's
merch
so
profit
cool.
is going.
Can you
towards
tell us
something
more
like that.
about him and like
Kiko?
Yeah.
Man, he's just kind of your man's man. He's he works in like construction with me. He was one of my concrete contractors. Just a super humble, like really genuine person.
Does he do jits?
Oh yeah, no, he's a black belt, and he'll be
wow.
he'll be here. Yeah, he actually just opened up his own gym
Nice.
in San Jose.
Wow.
Wait, he's gonna be here?
Yeah, so he was here last year, and that's actually what prompted the start of KoffeeKrewATX. So I had grabbed the handle like a year and a half, like before I even walked in Bruno's gym, and I just had it like on Instagram. Kiko and Ben came and visited last summer and trained with us at Bruno's, and they're just genuine people, right? So we started talking about the KoffeeKrew thing, and then Bruno like texted me. He's like, "What's up? What is this about the KoffeeKrew?" And like,
What's a coffee?
yeah, what's up? And there's one in ATX already. And I was like, well, that's actually me. I was going to talk to you about it. I was kind of like soft pedaling it, right? And like, I don't want to like.
I got the domain reserved already.
Just
I got
been
shirts
waiting for this
printed,
conversation.
It's just like
I got merch in my car.
I got a
So-
podcast
got you a
ready.
mug. I got you a mug.
We got a mug. We got T-shirts. We got rashes. We got shorts, dude. And we did. We like Kiko sent me the gear, right? So so that kind of like kicked it off, right? They came and trained with us, and then got talking about it. And Bruno reached out to me asking about it, and he's like, "What does it look like if we start that here?" And I was like, "Well, the formula is simple. Like open mat, anybody's welcome, no drop-in fee, cross training, good music, and that's it. And then go grab coffee afterwards." That's the formula.
It's a simple formula. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it worked, and at the beginning, it was
worked.
like 4 to 6 of us, correct? And
Yeah.
I loved it. And then a lot of days we had like 20 plus people, which considers number in a year. And what I like is sometimes we have as many as people from 4 or 5-ish gyms, would you say, and they're regulars. And I love it because we're building relationships with other people,
Seeing different styles.
seeing different styles,
do you
and
know what?
hanging out.
I'm not like a morning person at all, and
Really?
I really had to struggle to wake up
Yeah,
to
he
make
wakes
it to
up
that
at
first
8:30.
one.
He's
I
a software.
usually wake up at
he's
like
a
8:30.
software
Yeah.
hours.
Johnny is a KoffeeKrew
software.
regular.
You should
Yeah.
get a goat
Oh, yeah.
to jump on your back to wake you up and poop on you.
Yoga. And that first one.
Was that during the Sorry,
Yeah, that was
Yes,
during.
we
that
did
was-
talk about that. Okay.
Yes.
That first one was so hard for me to get to. It was so hard. It was like mind-bogglingly hard. I think I woke up like 2 hours early. I didn't sleep at all that night because I was like nervous about not waking up on time, all this stuff.
Setting alarms.
I set like 4 alarms. Yeah, my wife's like all mad at me. She's like, "Why are you waking me up on 6
love
o'clock on
Coffee
Sunday?"
Krew.
Right? And now I'm like a total regular.
boom.
I
I love it.
had to negotiate like how many days a
Yes.
week I can do jiu-jitsu, and Sunday was one of my like non-negotiable days. Like I have to go Sunday. I love Sundays.
Damn.
Yeah.
I love the Coffee Krew, and for me, for my jits thing, it's just I needed this, podcast to get it, and I used to hang out with people I, grew up with, my brothers and my friends, and we would go surfing early in the morning. I'd wake up at 5:30, get down in the water around 6:30, surf for a couple hours, get out, get a bean burrito, talk
Burrito
like
Krew,
Tucker
bro.
does. Dude, burrito crew.
The burrito crew.
And-
Flour or corn?
Yeah.
Burrito bros.
Well,
Answer
You're your
carefully.
burrito bros.
Yellow corn.
Well,
No, you can't
if Luis is making it, I will bring flour just to piss him off from Taco Bell. I'm just kidding. It depends.
I'm a flour tortilla
It depends.
guy.
If it's a
I haven't
burrito,
actually said it out
you have to
loud.
have flour.
gotta be flour.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
burritos.
yeah.
But if it's tacos, it depends.
Are we back on the? Hold on. We're still coffee crew.
Burrito buds. We're
do you mean?
burrito buds.
What do you mean
Crew,
coffee
bro.
crew?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about tacos.
Well, wait a minute. There's a rock I need to turn over here. Like, we didn't discuss like white corn versus yellow corn. Is that
Oh,
part of the
God.
discussion?
He loves the combo white and
Oh, it's-
yellow corn.
No.
That's Claudia.
There shouldn't be a white corn. Like no, it's
Hey,
all
man.
about the yellow corn tortilla.
Is it
Yellow,
hot in here?
yellow corn.
Can we turn on that mini split?
But,
What's
again,
going on? Can we
but then
kick
what's
that off?
wrong about the white
It
corn,
just
though?
doesn't taste. It's not authentic. It's just.
Is it grown? Does it come off a
I'll wait
corn
till after
cob?
the
What do you mean it's
podcast
not
is over to
authentic?
Throw my jokes in.
How's it not authentic?
It's just not.
What about blue corn tortillas?
Yeah, well, that's
Were you-
it's pretty. Yeah, actually, the taste is good.
Yeah,
The-
it's
the
different.
blue
It's a
corn
little
is
bit different. Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
it taste different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just eat, dude.
I know you do. No, that
Like that
was
Whataburger, I didn't even know what was in that burger until Alex
Didn't
said
care.
there's some avocado and stuff. I'm like, yeah, there is.
Oh, my
Halfway
God.
through, I'm like, yeah, there is avocado in this.
This is good. Look at that.
Powering through it. So why yellow though? Like, is it just in your blood? Is it just like your mom
That's
made
not-
it?
like, yeah, well,
You're religious about
yeah,
the yellow.
Yeah,
You
I
really
remember
are.
growing up.
You
yeah,
really are.
Yeah, growing up, it was all about that yellow corn. So
It's
I guess,
it's kind
I
of
guess
more
that's
like
it.
what you grew up with. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
is a big
Nostalgia.
Yeah,
Nostalgia. Yeah.
It's all about the nostalgia.
And then the flour tortillas as well, right? But they have to be homemade, and then they get all nice and puffy. And then you
Oh,
add
the
some-
puffy tortillas?
Yeah, and then you add some butter on it.
Tons of butter.
Then you
gotta
just
butter
wrap
it up.
Is it yellow butter?
It's regular butter. It's it's
No white butter allowed.
No, what is
Yellow
that one?
butter.
Yeah, Lando
I can't
makes
believe it's not butter.
That's not real butter.
That's I'm Mexican.
We,
That
no,
is-
we can't believe it either.
Is this like the comment that Mexicans should learn how to swim?
So you don't do the
the
lard
last
thing.
podcast.
You don't do
Oh,
the lard thing.
Oh, yeah.
dude,
The what?
Lard.
With their tortillas.
Manteca?
Like
makes
cook 'em-
it taste
cook 'em in
really
lard.
good.
dude.
Manteca. Oh, and it's good for you
Manteca.
too.
What?
He said that with such a straight face.
As long as you don't bring it into the podcast
It's
room,
good.
lard it
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Lard it up.
It's good.
You could shine
Yeah,
your boots
no
with it. You
grease.
could make candles.
No grease in the podcast room.
Fix your car with it.
I know. You guys come in with
Grease
your
your-
Whataburger,
grease
you're
your
like,
wheels.
fucking-
Grease my wheels, baby.
It's because you were dangerously close to the your bag was on the laptop.
Okay,
and you
so
were like not
Alex,
doing anything
Speaking
about it.
lard,
And I'm like-
did you feel? Did you feel
I was a little bit
when we were
tripping about
eating
it.
our food prior to it? Did you feel like we were irking him somewhat because we were having an American meal in an American country that has grease?
Hey, if it were yellow corn
it was
tacos and
yellow-
they were
And
greased
you
up,
were
it would have been okay.
So worried about grease touching this beautiful podcast arena that you brought me my own table because you didn't even want my bag and fries on this.
Is this your first like foray into the podcasting realm?
Yes, sir.
I mean, you've got 6 cameras, five
Five.
cameras. Like, did you like Google this, or were you just like, hey, I'm gonna like throw
just
5
kind
cameras?
of started with one, and then then it turned
Grew
into
from
2.
there.
And then
It's like
I'm
Coffee
like
Crew,
just-
dude.
oh,
Just
Every
like,
week there's something new.
just a little bit.
And next week I'm gonna have
Yeah,
a
like-
bib every time I eat a hamburger.
Well, this is because of Johnny here, of
Yeah,
course,
thank you,
because he
Johnny. I
goes,
love
"Oh,
you.
we should call it
Kiss
the
you."
tap room." Right, so then I got that, and then I'm like, "Well, we got to get that.
jiu-jitsu
if we got
thing, right,
that,
trying to
so-
tap people out
and then
too, so.
tap, yeah." So
Dude,
He missed it.
kinda-
I missed it. Sorry.
I'm not sure about the name growler because growler has another meaning, correct?
Rawr.
Do you know what growler means?
no.
I don't. I
Let's-
feel like you're about to tell us.
Please
though.
enlighten us.
Well,
Maybe.
growler is when you have to take a big old poop because you growl through it.
Oh my God.
you
sorry.
growl. What kind of poops are you having that you need to
Dude.
growl through them?
Well, I don't eat the yellow corn. I eat the white corn.
They
so
got
it's
more
not my
fiber.
You
problems.
need more fiber.
They got more
dude.
fiber.
Hey guys,
see?
we've talked about goat poop,
Go poop.
This
that's
poop. I think there's
probably-
been like 3 conversations about it. It's going to be at the title of this
Hey,
podcast here pretty soon.
I'm trying to
Goat
be,
poop.
but
Growler.
real seriously, you guys are gonna laugh, but I'm being
You
serious.
think that's why the goats growl? They're like, "Wah!" Is that a growl?
I don't know if I'd call
Probably
that a
because
growl.
you don't ask permission first.
Hey, that's good.
That was
Hold on. Where's it?
Hit it.
No,
there
wait.
you go.
No.
That's the one. That's
Oh my gosh.
aqua blue.
But
Aqua blue.
okay, yeah.
Cool.
Luis been a back. Oh, that's a lamb.
Yeah.
I don't know how a goat sounds. It's close enough.
close
Okay,
enough.
so because of the way animals are, some animals poop pellets, correct? This is a serious question. How come humans don't poop pellets? If we poop pellets, we wouldn't have to use toilet paper.
Eat more freaking grass, bro. Eat more vegetables.
So if I eat more grass, I'm going to poop pellets?
Quit eating so much grease.
I went vegan for like 6 weeks.
Was
and
it pellets?
I can promise you it's not pellets.
It's
You
this
went,
episode is going sideways fast.
how long ago did you go vegan?
a while ago.
A while ago?
Like 7 years ago. I did. And it was, I get interested with like, body hacking and that sort of thing. So that was just something I wanted to check out.
How low did your weight get?
Man, I think I kept my weight up, but I was
Really?
like super dedicated, dude, to making sure this whole concept of like not being able to get enough protein from a plant-based diet is bullshit. You
Yeah, I
can
agree
get
with
it.
that.
The bioavailability
Yeah,
of
like
that
pea protein and stuff, right?
Actually, I still use that today because it's just sometimes too much whey, like protein can start to.
Yeah, no mama's way.
No, mama's way.
I bet you I'd poop pellets if I had a lot of whey.
See,
Pea protein.
yeah, the whey,
Be
not the
one
pea protein, the whey
big
protein.
hard pellet, though.
Luis.
I do.
What?
Do you do the vegetable?
I need to take control of this already.
Yes.
All right. Let's bring it back in. Hey, you guys want some Toblerone?
I
Oh,
would
yeah.
love
Hit
candy.
me
That
up.
way I don't have to
Yeah.
talk about poop. Give me candy and I'll be
Hey.
quiet. I'm like a child.
What's on his notepad? Let's see.
My
what
notepad
other
says
topics are on
poop, Coffee Krew, ringworm poop, whey
Oh, shit.
protein poop.
We're losing him.
What's on?
Jobberish. The Jobberish
We got
system
Joe
here.
Barish.
Yeah.
Joe Barish is here.
teased
Jobberish
about
has
that.
arrived. And dude, I think that's a cool nickname.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no, Joe Barish. No,
Joe Barish is
I
great.
came
It
up
was
with
Joe
that.
Joe.
Barish.
Somebody was saying Joe gibberish.
Oh, I was.
You were
I
saying
was.
Joe gibberish.
No,
and I'm like,
no.
let's just
combine it.
unite it, right? Joe
Joe
gibberish.
Barish.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Gibberish, yeah.
You
This
bring
is a
that?
different. This is a different flavor.
Yeah.
I brought the
Looks
yellow
like
ones last time.
almondrous.
Who brought this one?
Some almonds,
This
man.
candy's good, but I like all candy.
Pretty soft.
It's electrifying. Hold on.
like
Oh,
like
it's the aluminum.
snap crackle pop. Yeah, that's
So going back to Coffee Krew, Alex, what are your dreams? What's your next steps for Coffee Krew?
man. So what's kind of in ATX? What's kind of caught my fancy over the last couple of months? So we did early on. We did a clinic with Brandon Gambucci, like really early on, and so he's a man. I think I'm butchering his name probably. Oops, sorry, bro. Folk Jitsu on Instagram. He's super cool. I bumped into him in San Jose, bumped into him out here, and then was like, man, this guy is. So he's got amazing wrestling.
He really does. He's
Legit, yeah. Duke,
Pull him up.
D1 wrestler. Awesome dude.
I'm not
And
familiar with
I
this
just
guy.
kind of hit him up, and like I had nothing to offer the guy, and was like, man, I'd just like to put a clinic on. I think you've got some really good stuff to show. Can you come? So he came through. He had like an event. He was up all night, and then he still showed up for the class and ran us through a really good clinic on a dogfight series. So that was like our first clinic, and then just recently we had Davis from Legends, Ashigarami. I want to say 92 at Ashigarami 92. I think
That sounds right.
probably need to Google that too. He came through and did like a leg lock clinic with us recently. So there's been like this clinic thing, the cross training part of that, going and road tripping. That's been kind of a vision from the get go, but I wanted to make sure we had some mass, some momentum, and before we started road tripping.
Yeah.
And
You need like 5 or 6 guys at least.
you got to. Yeah,
right,
I
to
think
be
we had
going,
8
right?
guys
Yeah.
go out to this past Sunday at Sub Art.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have some mass, right? And I also wanted to be respectful of Bruno and just him supporting the whole thing and make sure that he was comfortable with that stuff before we kind of initiated that. Yeah. And so, because originally KoffeeKrew we didn't go out and road trip. That came much later after we had already, we had guys coming in, and then we kind of switched our home base location, and then it just blew up.
Yeah.
So then it was like, okay, we're gonna make once out of the month we're gonna be at like a different host gym, and so that's kind of the vision is like we need to be at home base like 3 weeks out of the month, and then up to once out of the month we can road trip. And then like every 2 months, I'd love to give a platform for some of these like pretty high level local competitors that aren't Gordon Ryan or, some really big name of cutting their teeth on doing a clinic and showing some cool stuff that they know. And I think the guys appreciate that. Yeah. I'd like to do that like every 8 to 10 weeks.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I really like that. Yeah.
That would. I mean,
the last couple ones I really enjoyed. Yeah, the Davis one I really enjoyed.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Like,
How awkward was that? I think for a lot of people, like that's like not really my game, but even for people that I think are more exposed to it, even that they're feeling like, oh my gosh, this is so weird, like being in this position, right? Like training that position. So that session was really, really beneficial.
Yeah, if you don't do leg locks or you're not at a gym that tries leg locks, like there's a way to do that safely, and I think it's something that needs to be explored.
I think it's a very important. I think we should be bringing it up because you can get hurt. Everybody's doing them now, right? Yeah. So you can get hurt not knowing how to defend it. Yeah. Like when you and I were rolling the other day, and you happened to catch me on that leg lock, and I'm like, or ankle lock. I'm like, oh wait, Davis came in my head. I'm like, boop boop. Yeah. I'm like, Well, it was hilarious. It was kind of hilarious. And Davis was there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, Davis.
What do I do?
No, I didn't say what I do. It works. Yeah, it works.
Oh, yeah, you did.
It worked.
Yeah. And it was money. And then you were like, taunting me with it. You're like, here, bro, take my heel. I'm like, thanks, Luis.
Well, you would take it, and then I'd switch it, and that was amazing.
Yeah, he was taunting me.
If you wouldn't have brought him over, like,
no chance.
I would have been like, okay, I would have rolled into it.
Yeah. And then either I would have had to let go, or you would have had to tap.
Right, so because you didn't want to, break my ankle.
Well, and here's the thing: like I've spent way too much time, like an excessive amount of time training jiu-jitsu to get to be like okay at jiu-jitsu. Right. To go into like another gym, like a 10th Planet or someplace where they do leg locks, and to feel like my jiu-jitsu is not worth something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for me, it's all about like I've got to have enough to be able to go to those places and hang, at now brown belt level, and that's really important.
Like that minimum bar at like each position, right? You got to have a minimum foundation for each position.
You got it. It's part of the sport.
Yeah.
See, that's a different responsibility once you're brown belt.
Like, but if you do no-gi, period, at every level, pretty much.
Yes.
And who doesn't like some no-gi?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
That's my favorite. It's my fave.
That's Johnny's jam.
I love no-gi.
I like it.
I like it about as much as like white corn.
Hey, on that note, we'll end it on white corn. We're at an hour and 20 minutes, by the way.
Whoa. Dude, that went fast.
I actually failed to keep track of that because this beer, I think this beer is like that 10% beer or something because I'm feeling pretty damn good.
That's not true.
I could do
No,
another
it's
hour.
not. It's like 3%.
We're good.
I think part of it's just the conversation and our guest.
It is. Yeah, time flew.
Bumps up the 3 to 10.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, guys, thanks for inviting me. I'm like super stoked. I got to go back and watch episodes 1 through 3 because those popped out quick.
Yeah.
I caught 4 and thought that was awesome. Really enjoyed the topics that you guys talked about.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Hey, thank you for being here. Yeah, we really appreciate you. Any parting words? Wait, we start with you, sir.
Oh yeah.
Let's do the recap. So, Alex, thanks again for what you do for our gym. Again, it's just about people making people better. We talked extensively about yellow tortillas again.
For some reason.
Talked about beers like IPAs and sours.
Mm-hmm.
I was really excited about us talking about poop in different levels, especially
Oh,
goat
man.
poop. And then we talked about KoffeeKrew, the history, and how Alex has graciously brought it to the Austin area. Talked about ringworm.
Mm.
And
I love that.
and then we talked about, our own gym, the importance of culture as of anything. And
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
well, the culture also, it brings certain people like us, and you can kind of hear it. And I'm just saying, when I listen to podcasts, I could hear the energy of how much we enjoy each other, how much we care about each other, how much we just want. We don't have any, well, it'd be nice to be a world champion, but more importantly, I'd like to see people grow and us make each other better. And Bruno's a big part of that. And Alex is also taking that opportunity to spread it too. And the big thing is, like all the other guests we've had, it's just what you're passionate about and why do you do the things that you do.
Gia.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, thanks for coming on. Sticking with jiu-jitsu, like, we talk about community and stuff. You're a big reason that I think a lot of people are sticking with jiu-jitsu.
Oh man, that
at
means a lot.
Pilates. Yeah. It's seriously, the kind of the culture, you're kind of continuing that, Bruno kind of culture and extending it into a lot of interesting different directions. So yeah, thank you.
Man,
And
appreciate
real
that,
quickly,
Tony.
I could see you even having your own gym one day. Really, if that's something, because it's one thing to be a black belt, but to be someone, because you've already shown it where you care about everyone, whether it's the new white belt or whether it's someone with me as an upper purple belt. It's just, and then all the other people that come to the Koffee Krew, I could see you doing something like that one day.
Well, man, maybe me and Bruno will partner on some future endeavors.
That'd be
Ooh,
cool.
what do you have planned?
Sign us up.
You know,
dude.
I like you said, I've got a lot of irons in the fire. Probably too many.
It's because you're
To go back to
passionate.
that.
Again, it goes
Because of the
back to passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, if I were to ever go in that direction, like it would be a passion project, right? But right now that's not really in the cards. Like, I just love to train and I love to see other people enjoy it. And I think that's the thing. Like, I want to share what I fell in love with other people and be able to give you the opportunity to build those relationships and have those experiences. Because so many people, they go in, they have a bad experience in jiu-jitsu, they run into something, and to be able to create an environment where people can come and enjoy that and fall in love. That's
why
cool.
you're a good instructor now, and that's why you'll continue to be a great instructor. It's because
man.
exactly those things you just stated.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything about the level of the jiu-jitsu, but as an educator, again, those are the reasons why you make an impact on the people, and those are the things that if you want to pursue that, will make you great at having your own gym.
Thank you, guys.
I love that. Anything we can do to support you, just
Man,
ask.
show up to Open Mat. Come through at KoffeeKrewATX on Instagram. That's where I do most of my posting, because trying to keep up with multiple social media platforms is not in my wheelhouse. So I think,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
hear
So
you.
that's where you'll check it out. Shout out to, I got to give a shout out to Nikki at Taranta Sport. He's done a bunch of the design and the logos and the flyers for Koffee Krew.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah,
Just
just
that
for-
fucking amazing. I had no idea. And he's not part of.
Oh, dude.
He is and he's not, but
All
he
the
has
good
his-
photos, all the good flyers. That is not me. That's all Nikki.
Yeah, he's taking amazing pictures.
And then Chris is working on some local merch for us for
Wow.
KoffeeKrew specifically. Chris Remus, who was on last
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
Takes a
So,
village.
It does take a village.
Really does.
All right. That outro was 10 minutes, by the way. We're getting up to an hour and 24, which I'm 24 minutes over. And I do apologize, but
No, thank
you
for waiting.
I don't apologize.
Thank you for waiting.
You guys love that, huh?
That
No.
was great.
Hey,
gonna use it. I'm
don't
gonna use
ever
it.
say sorry. sorry I'm late. Sorry, whatever. If you're late to some place. Hey, thank you for waiting.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Waiting.
Thank you for waiting.
And on that note, on 3,
2, 1.
Thank you.
Pinche Podcast. Oh, wait. We got to do it again. We got it again because he didn't know. He didn't know.
Let's
He
do it
didn't know.
again.
Right?
Take 2.
Right.
Take 2.
Sorry, it's like jiu-jitsu.
All right,
Let's do
all
it.
right, all
Did I
right,
miss
ready?
that part? I think I got 1 minute left in the
So we got what?
episode 4.
I was just gonna have to go a minute. An hour and 30 minutes.
Let's do it.
All right,
Yeah.
ready on 3.
1, 2.
1, 2, 3.
El
Pinche
Podcast.
Put the
Why
music,
do you
please.
go?
Why do you judge me?
Like he ended it on that.
Yeah.
Why do you judge me? That was a
do
great
you-
ending.
real power move. Right
Yeah.